Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Samir Javed, and today we'll be learning about how to baseline a project plan and how we can identify the critical path of our project. So, just for everyone's knowledge, baselining means that we set a fixed date and time and duration of our project. So we have a benchmark against which we can identify what are the actual schedules and what was the planned schedule. So once we set a baseline for our project, but that's usually done when you define a project schedule, and then we share it across with all the stakeholders, and then we set a baseline. So when the work starts on the project, we keep a track on what are the actual durations that are taking place and what are the changes that are coming to the project, so we can benchmark and identify the variance in the project timelines once we have set the baseline. So let's start our topic today. So over here in the project task project ribbon, we have a section for schedule. Over here, if you click on the set baseline, it gives you two options. First option is set baseline, and second option is clear baseline. Clear baseline is applicable if you already have a baseline in place, so that we'll see next. So first, we'll set a baseline for our project that we have created over here. It has some set of tasks and a dependency as well and a milestone. So over here, once we open this dialog box, it gives us an option that set a baseline. So over here, you can see that MS Project provides you an option to set 10 baselines in your project. So once you set a baseline and your project goes beyond a certain threshold, then you have the option of setting another baseline. The better practice is to keep the original baseline in place instead of clearing the previous baseline and then setting a new one. So once you have all the set of baselines, so you can backtrack to the original dates as well. So it's a best practice to keep all the baselines. So MS Project gives you an option to set 10 baselines for the project plan. So over here, we'll start off with basic baseline for this project. You can also set an interim plan baselines, and then it asks for if you want to assign this baseline to the entire project or you want to assign it to selected tasks. Since we have a smaller project plan over here, so we'll allot it to the entire project. If you have a larger project and some set of the tasks need to be baseline, then you can set those selected tasks after selecting them. So as soon as you select it, now the project is baseline. But in order to see what the baselines are, you have to add new columns over here. I'll add a column over here for baseline duration. I'll add baseline start. So you can see the number of baselines that are available over there. You can also see the same parameters for those baselines as well. So you can see baseline 1 duration, baseline 10 duration, baseline 2 duration, whatever baseline you set, you can display that in this column. And the last one is baseline finish. I have all the key parameters defined over here. So I know that what are the baseline start dates and finish dates of my project that were initially planned. And these are the actual duration and actual start date and actual finish date of the project. So hypothetically speaking, let's say our dependency takes 10 days. So immediately my project dates or tasks that are dependent on that dependency move forward to a certain date. Now you can see over here that the dates and duration remain the same. So basically, when you're running a report in future, you can identify the variance in tasks. For example, some tasks will be working as planned, will actual dates and baseline dates will be same. However, some tasks will have some lags in place. So you can identify which were the tasks that were not completed as planned or which took more time than they were scheduled for. So this helps in your identifying your task slippages and your key areas of the project plan which took more time as planned. So over here you can see the duration and the difference in baseline duration over here. So that will help you while running the reports. Now let's move on to the second part of our video today, and that's about identifying what are the critical tasks of my project. So, in short, that's considered as a critical path of the project. So, critical path is the set of tasks that will collectively move your project end date forward. So, for my project, milestone one is the completion. It's a sort of a completion of my project because it is dependent on the completion of summary task one and summary task two, as you can see in the predecessors over here. So, in case any of these items move forward or when all of these are completed, in short, milestone one will be achieved, which will serve as a project completion for my this project plan. So, let's see. Now, I want to see which are the main tasks that will move my milestone one forward. So, I'll go to the task ribbon, select the drop down over here. You can see these are the built-in features that MS Project provides. I select network diagram, then a screen changes in front of me, and you can see that there are some boxes created. Now there's some interesting portrayal of each item. You can see that these parallelograms, basically these show summary tasks, okay, and these rectangles, they represent tasks. And then we have these sort of a hexagon, which basically represents a milestone. So you can visibly identify each type of of task that's there in the project. You can note that there are some tasks that are highlighted in red color, while some are displayed in a lighter color. The ones in red are basically defining your project's critical path. So these are the set of tasks that will eventually take your milestone forward, your project date forward, or your project completion date forward. So these are all tasks that are coming under summary task one. As you can see, the last task is has finish date of 5th of February, which is the same as my milestone one's date. So that will mean that these tasks, if any of these tasks duration takes more time than planned, then my project end date will move forward. While the other tasks you can see over here, these are all non-critical tasks at the moment. So their change in duration won't affect the end date until it starts moving the milestone forward. Then these tasks will also fall under the critical path. This network diagram is a good way, even if you have a larger set of tasks or a larger project plan. So it gives you an overview of what are your critical tasks. So you have a key focus on them, so there's no slippages in these tasks. So that's all for today's video. And until our next section related to reporting, we'll see you again. Take care. Allah Hafiz.